Welcome to the PGCE video tutorial for Loop Like a Salmon. This is the newer version updated because Loop Like a Salmon has been around for a couple of years now, and they keep updating their website quite frequently, which is good because it's only just getting better. So this is from 26th of March 2017. So I'm just going to click on login, and obviously you will have to enter your username and password, but mine's already logged in within the laptop. So it takes you straight to the dashboard where you can see an overall of different sections that you want to go through. So I'm just going to click on the My CPD profile tab across the top, and that will take you to your profile and the extra information that you can put in. I would recommend taking about half an hour just to enter these details. So such as contact information, social media, you can put your journals, CVs, notes and plans that you wish to go through. So I'm just going to click on files, and as you can see, these are all the files that I have uploaded currently, and you also get an allowance of 50 meg. So I've used 39.5, and that has got my entire PGC on there and a few little extras that I've uploaded recently. So from here, I'm not going to go through each and every one of these tabs. If I click on CV, you can see you can edit a cover letter and further information about future employment or current employment, achievements, etc. So the main work that we're going to concentrate on is on the Share tab. And as you can see, it takes me straight to pages. So I have created numerous pages, as you can see, observations, WPP, ILP, DTLA, ITLA, etc. I'm just going to click on folders, and you can see I've only got 2 folders. Now this is how we want to set yours up really. So we want to create 2 folders, one called observations and the other called PGCE modules. This just breaks the necessary files down into 2 sections and keeps the whole site looking quite neat and tidy. So I'm going to select new folder. I'm just going to take you through the process of creating one, and then you'll be able to do the following again for the other folder. So I'm just going to concentrate on PGCE modules. I'm just going to call mine tester so I don't mix it up with the ones I've already got. You need just a folder description. So this will contain, or this contains even, all the files associated with my PGCE. Any brief description will do. Now you can put tags in such as PGCE, ITLA, DTLA, observations, whatever it contains really. So obviously I wouldn't include observations with this one in particular, but I'd save that for the other folder that I was going to create within observations. So I'm just going to leave PGC in there for now. I am going to include a page navigation bar because when we get so many pages within this folder, it's easier to see which ones you want to look at rather than use the previous and next tabs across the top. So I'm going to click Edit Folder Pages, and then it takes you to this page. Now, obviously we haven't created any pages as such just yet, so there's no pages to be put in the folder and we don't have any. So I'm just going to select Done. And as you can see, there's my PGC modules tester. Now I'd recommend going through that process again just to create one called observations. So feel free to pause this video anytime and do so. And then when you have completed it, start the video back up again. So I'm just going to go to pages now. And then obviously I'm going to go to create a page. So I think I've got one set up, which is Introduction to Teaching. There we go. Introduction to Teaching and Learning, so ITLA, and I've just used tester for my benefit. So as far as where the page description is concerned, it's easier to use the assignment brief. So on the assignment brief, you've got exactly what's included within that assignment and module. So as you can see, a 2,000-word essay and a 15-minute micro teach. So I'm sure you've all completed that at the moment. So what I'm going to do with those is literally copy and paste them off, put them into a Word document like this, and then just reword the terminology. So I've used I to reflect, obviously it's mine. So I'm just going to copy that and paste it in there, like so. I'm just going to put an enter in between there so we get a space and break up the paragraphs. And there you have it. So from here, obviously we've got the tags again. So I could put PGCE in if I wish. And then you select the word in and it'll bring up a box to keep it neat. So you can go through each of the ones, ITLA, and select that. If you don't like them, you can use the left hand cross at the side to close them down. Now, name display format. So I would choose the full name personally, because if this is going to future employers, then you don't really want to see a student number or your display name depending on how you set it up. So full name is usually more preferable. So I'm just going to click save, and you're taken to the edit page. So from here is where we get to add the content. So add, edit content. This is where all the information goes. So this side, I don't know what's happened to that. It looks like they've had two images overlay each other. But essentially, if you leave your mouse over it, it tells you what it will do. So that's obviously display the CPD log. So for the majority of them, we're going to work on files to download. But you can add when, or should I say, when you've added the information to your homepage and to your CV, you can put certain different bits of information in. So over here, on this bar here, flashing pink, it's essentially our columns bar. So if I press that one, I can add a column, or I can add another one to the left and add one to the right. If you do not wish to add any more columns, so when we upload files, we might want to upload 3 different files sections. But in this case, I wouldn't want them looking like that, because if you've got a long text in there, it's going to cut off at some point and then go over to the next line possibly. I'm not entirely sure because I've never tried it that way. But for now, I'm just going to click on the cross to remove the columns. I only want one. So I'm going to click and hold down over files to download and drag it out. Then you'll get a pop-up to the right hand side of the screen of a block title. So where it says files to download, that is what the person who is viewing your page will see. Whereas for us, it means we get to upload files this way. So I think there's a micro teach and an assignment. So I'm just going to put assignment as a title for this block. And I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to use choose files. Now, if you have uploaded all your files, then you'll be able to scroll through this list and select which ones you need. You can click on the tick and it'll add it to that section. Now, unless you've named all these appropriately, so as you can see, I've got microteach lesson plan, microteach lesson plan 1, lesson plan 2, and so on and so forth. As you can see now how it's quite difficult to justify which one it is for this relevant module. So I would recommend starting with no files uploaded. So you can do that by going to the other tab and then choosing files and get rid of everything there and then and starting off new. So while we're in the introduction to teaching and learning, I'm going to choose files, and that'll take me to my PGCE documents. Introduction to teaching and learning. Yes, it was. So we have the first assignment. I have a completed version, which I'm going to use. So I'm just going to upload that one. Obviously, if you've got the feedback, you can put the feedback in one on there if you wish. It's entirely up to you. It's good to have the feedback file and then obviously all the other ones to the microteach. So I've just got that one, but because I've just called it assignment, I only want the assignment in there. So I can scroll down. I can leave it off as retractable as no and click save. And there you go, it's uploaded my ITLA essay. So I am going to have another one. So I'm just going to move that one over. And it's going to open the pop-up again. I'm just going to click observations. In fact, it wasn't observation, it was microteach, wasn't it? No drop-down box. And I'm going to choose files. So I'm going to click on the microteach and the finalized versions. And then open. You can see it's uploaded all of those. I mean, you will have to give it a chance depending on the internet speeds. Obviously mine's quite quick. I'm going to again scroll down to the bottom and click save. So now you can see it's going to display the microteach and the assignment, and then you'll be able to click on whichever one the person wants to view. I do want the assignment at the top, so I can just click on it and drag it to the top. It's just personal preference. So I'm quite happy with the layout. I'd want to see how it looks. So I'm going to click on display page. So someone who's going to look at this page now is going to see the title, description, and then you've got your assignment. So they could essentially just click on the download your assignment, see all your feedback, and so on and so forth. People could also add comments as well. You can make it public. You can turn that off. So I'm just going to set no because I don't want to make this page public in particular. You can choose extra files from here, but I'm not going to. I'm going to click on shared page. From here on the shared page tab, it's different to going to the share by me page. You'll see why. I can generate a link, so a URL, and it gives you this. It's a secret URL which you can copy and send out to people. So you can send it out to individuals who then gets to view that page. Now, it's fantastic with your CV and sending your CV out as a link because everything, all the information will be up there when you've completed updating it. So aside from that, I don't want to do too much for that at the minute. So I'm just going to click on the share by me again. And then, in fact, no, I'm jumping too far ahead. We'll go to folders. So as you can see, I've got my PGCE modules tester. If you make any mistakes, you can click on the edit button, and if you make a drastic mistake, you can delete the folder. But for now, I'm just going to go to manage pages. So here you can see the page that we've made, but nothing is in the folder that we created at the beginning. So I'm just going to click and drag that over, and that puts that page into that folder. Lovely. Obviously, when you get more, you can keep doing that and adding them over. I'm just going to press done. And then I can click on the folder and show you now what the page looks like. So here's our folder description, a page name, and all the information we put in earlier. So now we've got the navigation bar. When you get more, you will get one saying here, saying previous, and one saying next. And soon you'll have a drop-down box like all mine. So now we want to go to the Share tab again. And we're going to go Shared by Me. So from here you can share folders or you can share pages. So I have one profile page that I have shared with registered users, Debbie, Karen and Blackpool Fell College. In fact, I can edit that access But I don't need to edit that access because it's all with registered users, which is fantastic. So I'm going to concentrate on the folders side. As you can see, these ones, folders that I've created previously and shared with Karen, Joanna, Karen, Debbie and Joanna. I don't know why Debbie Hobday Shipton's not on there. No clue. So I'm just going to concentrate on PGCE modules tester. And I'm going to click edit access. And here you can see the folder you're working in. And you can see who you want to share it with. And then you get extra information when you pick that. So you can share with friends, you can share with groups, or you can share with users. You can go through public, registered users, friends, etc., etc., and if there's any groups that you're joined to. But with mine, I shared it with only specific users. It's easy to add friends or groups or public or registered, so I won't go through those too much. But when I select users, I can select particular users. So, for example, I'm going to type in Karen, and I'm going to just share this with Karen Black. Now you can pick a date, so if I only wanted to give her a month's notice or a month's access, I could just select 1st of April to the 1st of May. And you can even be more specific as given the time. You can allow comments or not, and you can moderate these comments also. So if I click down the advanced options, you can allow comments, which I would recommend is leaving yes. Moderate comments, so if you have it open to the public and public decide to put information on there, they only get displayed when they are approved by you. So I would leave that as yes. Copying, I'm not going to go through each one of these because you can read and decide for yourself. Now you can give an overriding start and stop dates for as long as you want. If you wanted to make this public, for example, only for a month, you can make it public for a month here and then give personal access here. These dates and times will always override any of these. So I am just going to minus the advanced options. I've got it for Karen Black. I'm just going to delete those. So I just highlighted them, press delete, and I'm going to save. So now you can see I've shared the whole folder with Karen Black, and then it means I just don't have to go through separate pages and add access to each and every one. It's easy to do it just by folder. So now we've gone through how to create a folder, create the pages and put them in the folder, add the files to the pages, and how to share that information. There are many other things that you can go through. There is shared with me, so you can see who shared what with myself. And as you can see, a few of the previous PGCE students have shared their information with me, which I'm sure they weren't meant to, but that's fine. It's entirely up to you on who you want seeing your feedback and information. You can export all of these files. If you had another website, you can create the HTML. You could do this in a Leap to a standard format. There was another Moodle, I think it was called Mahara, that you could download this format and then upload it to Mahara. You can do that for all your data, some of your pages and collections, and include all these feedback, etc., etc. To import, you can import if you have a Mahara one that you wanted to work, if you worked on before, you could upload this to Leap Like a Salmon. You can see all your tags across the bottom actually, which is a good thing to point out. So if I was searching for coaching and mentoring or PGCE, I could just click on one and it'd take me to the whole page. And from there, you've got groups. So you can find groups, find friends, and go through each and every one. I think that is everything covered. Just going to click on settings. Yep, so you can go through all the extra settings and have a look through and have a look which notifications you want emailed to yourself and so on. And there we go. You will now be able to, or should be able to, create a CPD profile, all the necessary information, pages and folders. So your folder will be up there, your page will be here. You should have a drop down box, and as you can see, you've got previous page and next page and all the relevant information on there. So I hope you found this useful. Thank you very much for watching.